Hello and welcome to Esther's Gardening Adventure. I'm Esther, and today I'm going to give you an update on my indoor food garden. So in December, I started growing lettuce and tomatoes and some herbs indoors for the winter because I really love fresh produce. And honestly, buying a bag of lettuce at the grocery store, about half of it goes to waste. But if I can grow it inside and just be able to harvest some leaves to make sandwiches or maybe a little side salad, that's ideal. And of course, having fresh homegrown tomatoes in the winter, just to me, just sounds epic. We're not at the stage where we have tomatoes yet, but we do have some nice developments. So let's start with the lettuce. It's doing really well. You look close, you can see I've been harvesting leaves for sandwiches. And I recently posted a short showing making sandwiches with lettuce. So it's not quite as full as it looked a few days ago, but I'm getting nice rounds of sort of baby lettuce, and I'm really happy with that. So it's working really well. I think I'm probably gonna, in a week or so, I'm gonna start another tray of lettuce seeds so that when these sort of get exhausted and run their course, I will have more fresh lettuce going. I will say, there are a couple lessons I've learned. One is that these dry out quite fast. The bigger one doesn't as much, but these individual cell ones dry out quite fast. And also I'm having to add liquid organic fertilizer to that quite often so that they keep growing. Otherwise they start kind of struggling a little bit. Now the really exciting news is that 6 of my tomato plants have started flowering. The Rosy Finch and Pinocchio. So that means I'm probably a month or 2 away from having tomatoes to eat, which is really exciting. Look at that, isn't she beautiful? Now I will say I've noticed some yellowing of the leaves, and I think this is a nutrient deficiency. So I'm actually, I was waiting for the soil to dry out a little bit, which it has started to do, and I'm gonna add some liquid fertilizer, organic fertilizer to this. The Father's Frost tomatoes are definitely massive in comparison. I think this one also is. Yeah. You can see in comparison, the Father's Frost tomatoes, the leaves are much bigger than the other micro tomatoes. So I don't know how true to size they're going to be, how big these plants are going to get. It is looking like it's getting to the stage where it might be putting out some flowers soon, so we'll see. I may need to pot up the Father's Frost ones in particular if they get a lot bigger. And I may need to raise this or find another way to get another lighting option. However, my arrow garden has been struggling. It's been running out of water regularly because this Emerald Tower basil is just going gangbusters. It's doing great, but you can tell it's been burned by the top and it looks like it's about to go to flower, so I need to pinch that off. I'm going to be making some single size, actually I might be able to make regular pesto with this, but the real problem I've been having is over here. The base of the dill is molding and not setting flowers, and I don't know if it's because it's in water or whatever, but the dill is definitely struggling. Like, it was going really strong. It was putting out leaves and stuff, but it's definitely struggling. I think I may try growing this from seed in a soil-based instead of water-based tray and see if it's doing well. The parsley is doing okay overall. The parsley seems to be growing okay, so I'll probably take out the dill. And over here, my other little seed trays didn't really get going, so I kind of covered it with paper and some little jars, but I'm going to try doing some micro tomatoes over here or maybe some lettuce and see how that does in the water. And lastly, I want to show you this. I'm doing an experiment where I'm using the top of these LED grow lights. They don't get very hot, to test the germination rate for pepper seeds that I saved this year. I'm going to be trading pepper seeds in a seed swap in a few weeks, and I wanted to make sure that the seeds I had saved actually are going to germinate if I give them to another gardener. So I realized the top of these trays are actually quite warm, and if you put a paper towel down, it creates just a nice little warm spot for the seeds to grow. So let's see if we got a decent germination rate on any of these thus far. All right, let's start with the Sharpei peppers. If you didn't see the video I did on how to test germination rate, basically you put 10 seeds or so, you keep count of how many you put in on a moist paper towel. You double the paper towel over, and then you put it in a sealed plastic bag and you put it in a warm place and see if it sprouts. So let's look close. We have one full going. There's one there. It's a tiny, tiny sprout coming out of that one. Okay, so far we have 7 out of 10 that have sprouted. For the shishito peppers, it looks like 7 have sprouted. Now we have a 60% germination rate for my Thunder Mountain peppers. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.